Hi, this is Brian Hennessy from Overachieve Sports and Speed. Just wanted to get some video up on YouTube of the final version of the Performapeutics belt squat that was just recently featured in Powerlifting USA. This is the final model. You notice it's much sturdier than some of the earlier prototypes. I wanted to just spend a couple minutes showing you how to use the device based on the height of the athlete. When you buy this machine, it comes with two belts from Spud Incorporated. One belt is their normal size belt, and one belt's a little shorter that will accommodate shorter athletes. But let me just talk about this. There is a little bit of setup using the platform. The weight sits on loading rods, and then there's the loading pin where the weight goes on. The weight sits a few inches lower than the platform. So the key to maximize the distance traveled, especially for your shorter athletes, is to have the appropriate distance from when you hook up. So let me just show you this real quickly. Anyone that uses the machine, you want to be at the top of your squat, you want to be a couple inches short. By being a couple inches short, that's going to do a couple things. The first thing it's going to do is when I hook up and I stand up, the weight's going to come off the loading tracks, and then I'm able to release the loading track. Then the weight's released, ready to squat. So I'm right into it. I'm able to squat. Real simple. And then to lock it, still standing up at the top of the squat, shut the loading tracks, and unhook. But again, let me go through this, because there is some creativity needed depending on the height of the athlete. Again, you want to be a couple inches short. If I have a 6'8" athlete, I want to be at least 4 inches short, so I can maximize the distance traveled so that the weight doesn't bottom out down the bottom. There is a limitation because the guide rod is only a certain height. So if I'm 5 or 6 inches short with a tall athlete, the weight's actually going to come off the guide rod, and you're not going to be inside the cylinder anymore. So that's a key thing that needs to be distinguished there. For a really short athlete, that's where there may be a workaround, and I just want to show that real quickly. If I have an athlete, maybe a 5'3" gymnast, and when they stand up at the top of the squat, they don't have any inches to spare. In other words, when they hook, they won't be able to release the weight because the weight's staying down on the loading track. So let me show you different workarounds. One quick, probably the easiest workaround if it's an athlete that's only a couple inches short. Sometimes you only need about an inch to be able to release the weights. Here's the simplest workaround. I'm just grabbing 35-pound plates. So basically this is going to lift a shorter athlete in the air a few inches. So at this point, a shorter athlete is going to be up an extra inch. So that may be all they need to be able to hook Obviously, I'm the same athlete, but a shorter athlete would now be a little bit higher. As you see, this actually takes me off the guide rod, which I wouldn't want. But for a shorter athlete, they would be perfectly on the guide rod and be able to unhook and release the weight. Last thing I want to show you for this final model, as you can see, it's put together very well, but it still has all the enhancements. The built-in box seat is 11 to 17 inches, fully adjustable to be able to do box squats. And on the final model, we have this beautiful quick release pin. Pops right out. So you're talking seconds to remove the box. These pop right out. This was built sturdy enough that there wasn't a whole lot of nuts and bolts needed. So what I'm left when I'm not squatting is the same original 4 foot by 4 foot 18-inch platform. They can be used for single leg work, step ups, box squats. Obviously, you do anything from incline push-ups, basically wherever your mind goes to. But this is the final model, and we're excited to offer it to you. Thanks, Nicholas.